Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk with Kings College head football coach Jeff Knarr on the show. And Jeff, congratulations. 5 wins in a row for the Monarchs. Outstanding run it's been for your team.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, it has been. Our kids are, playing well and then making plays and finding a way to get a win each and every week so far.
Coach, it seems like it comes in fives. Ron Garrett scores 5 touchdowns in 5 straight games from the defensive standpoint, and then you get 5 wins in a row. I don't know what's coming up next for 5, but it's been a lucky number for you.
Yeah, it has, and hopefully we can, add 6 to that, this week from here. But right now, it's kind of, been a good number for us.
Coach, talk about the resiliency that your guys are able to show this year. I mean, you start out the season 0-3. People are, all looking at the papers, listening to the reports, like, okay, here we go, another King season. You guys find a way to win 1, you win 2, and the ball just starts rolling. And, we talked about the Ron Garrett, a guy who says, hey, I'm going to come back for that 5th year this year. Guys like that help, help some of these other players believe in what Kings College football is about.
Yeah, I mean, what we always, what our kids have always done, and even started our first year with, our first year with seniors, is they played hard and they never quit, and they always, played as hard as they could from the first play to the last play. And we told them, I mean, you need that, and that's great, and then we got to, fill in that. Without that, I mean, then you don't have a chance. So they've always, played hard, and then eventually we told them, you keep playing hard, but eventually you have to take control of your circumstance, and that if you're tired, of things, not going our way, and you guys eventually have to decide to make a play and take control of your circumstance and find a way to get a win. And then so the way we won the Misericordia game, wasn't pretty. I mean, we squandered opportunities, for a blowout. But I think that winning that way was a spark and kind of a bonding thing with our kids. To give them that belief and confidence that, hey, we just made a play, we just took care of our circumstance and found a way to get a win. And then they came out and played lights out. The next week against an FDU team that had beaten them and beaten us soundly the year before, and then like I said, then the confidence was sky high, and then they're able to, handle adversity when things weren't going well in games. As we fall behind by, 10 points or so at Stevenson, and then battle back, and then we're behind with 2 minutes to go against Belval and battle back, and then the battle back yesterday. Those kind of a snowball effect, and then once the kids get a taste of winning, they tend to like it, and they want to keep on doing it. And so their focus and their preparation has been great, week in and week out, and we need to have another, good week here coming up.
Talking with Jeff Knarr here on the John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Coach, you would say, the term that's been used lately the last couple of years is grinder. And has that kind of been the theme here at Kings? Because, you don't have necessarily the flashy offense, and people have 4 and 5 wide receivers. But you got guys that are showing up every day. They're working hard. They're believing a little bit more each and every week. And, these guys, it's paying off here with these 5 wins in a row. And every week a little bit more confidence.
I would say so. I mean, one of our, we have 3 tenets, of our program, and one is just about, the last one's, a championship climb, and basically that just means that we want to get better, every day. That we're out there. If we get better every day, then we're taking steps to, put ourselves in a position to win a championship, and then, at the end of each year, you look back and see what your record is, and hopefully you've improved in the course of the year, and you've improved from one year to the next. So, that grinding mentality that way, it's kind of part of our program, and then it's just a matter of, you can't rush experience, no matter how much you want to. And when you have a lot of young kids and rebuilding, they got to play, and they got to go through the growing pains, and they got to learn and get in situations and scenarios and know how to deal with those. And that's what, it's taking time to do, but we saw a lot of improvement from 11 to 2012, and then even carry over to this year. And then, like I said, then that, the spark of Misericordia. So our kids have, as they've gotten experience and gotten bigger and stronger and faster, that confidence has just grown, with it. And then they start making plays, and then it's just taken off from there.
Kings College head football coach Jeff Knarr here on the John Mendola Show. Coach, let's go through a few different players and let's talk about them. And Ron Garrett's year is probably one of the more memorable ones you'll ever have in any level of football you've ever been around. It's just, it's been outstanding.
I mean, Ronnie, again, like I said, to yesterday, him coming back, helped speak volumes of where he thought the program was, to get the other kids to understand, hey, if Ronnie thinks it's going the right direction, then it is going the right direction. And then, it's just not about the touchdowns run. I mean, he makes plays. The only way people are stopping him is holding him. It's getting, worse and worse, but he still finds a way to get off tackles and, around the ball, and they're disrupting people's run game and getting in the quarterback's face. So, I mean, he's having a memorable senior season, in all aspects of his play.
Coach, let's go over to the offensive side of the ball, and your quarterback, Tyler Hartraft, he finds a way to get the job done. 3 touchdowns yesterday for you, and finds a receiver, and that guy gets into the end zone. And Tyler really, he's done a special job for you this year as well.
He's gotten, a lot better. He's, always in our office looking to get better, working on his technique, understanding film. And yesterday, I think, was by far his best football game. I mean, he was 20 of 28, put the ball in numbers and willing to spread it around, find the guy. We always talk about, with our offense is that, hey, we all run our routes. They'll cover who they want to cover. And then, here's your progression and get the guy that's open. It's not just like throw it to Dan. And that kind of thing. It's like find who they don't cover, and then Dan Kemp is requiring attention to the defenses, and that's leaving one-on-one matchups with other guys, and they're getting open. And Tyler did a great job yesterday of finding them and putting the ball on the mark. I mean, it was by far his best game for us, and we told him we're going to have to throw the ball if we're going to win this football game, and throw it at a high level, and he responded outstandingly yesterday.
Talk about a kid like Dan Kemp out of Susquehanna community up there, up 81, and a kid who comes from a small school. He's a quarterback at that school, outstanding athlete, and just a great young guy who really, he'd do anything for you. He's really done a great job as a receiver, but I'm sure you could put him anywhere on the field and he would make plays.
He does. The thing was, with Dan, when he came in, he was probably our top recruit. And we were so young and lacking numbers. We're like, you're a varsity athlete, but he really wasn't ready. Like, just because he was such a small school, like he was, he was a reserve kid. It took him a while to get adjusted to college, and so then we kind of saw that and backed off and let him develop kind of his own pace. And by the end of his freshman year, he was on the field for us a little bit. Last year he's feeling his way, and then as the year went on, got better and better. Had that monster game at Wilkes, and that just carried over to the weight room and in the spring, and right now. He's unstoppable. I mean, there people are, they were double covering him yesterday. I mean, Delval put their best corner on him. Albright put their best DB on him. And he's making huge plays. I mean, he's, well over 100 yards a game and almost 20 yards a catch. I mean, he's a great athlete with, the best hands that I've ever had from a receiver in my 20 plus years of coaching. So he finds a way to get open. You got to get the ball near him, and he's going to catch it.
Absolute grinder in his own respect. Dan Kemp will do the job. And Kyle McGrath, from the running back perspective, just a hard-nosed kid and runs real hard. He'll bounce off tackles, run through tackles. He's the kind of guy you want in your backfield.
Absolutely. I mean, he fits our offense perfectly from that standpoint. And then, he ran the ball hard yesterday and got us the good yards that we needed and kind of kept us on schedule for a while. And then we knew we weren't going to, live running the football, so what he did was more than adequate. And then, the other thing he did is he caught, 6 passes out of the backfield for another, 50-plus yards. So he had a 100-yard day, with the running and the receiving, and that was, key again, is finding him and getting him in space, and just, it wasn't going to be a 25-carry day, just the way Lyco plays defense for Kyle, but, it was still going to be a way to, our offense is designed to how can we get Kyle other touches, and he's really good in the pass game and takes great pride in that, and then we were able to get him launched. When he gets his shoulders north and south, he's going to make people, pay. One guy, can't bring him down, and he's a great back.
How about Justin Burke, Coach? A versatile player for you. His first catch of the year, and it's the game winner against a traditional power like Lycoming with 9 seconds to go. Outstanding.
Yeah, he is. He's a great athlete. He played. He's at East Stroudsburg. His brother's here with us. We recruited him at a high school. Just with East Stroudsburg, and then, I guess he wanted to change the scenery. It didn't work out, and he came here, and he's very athletic and a good receiver. And then he had, some issues to get eligible, so he missed kind of camp, but he was paying attention, so he was a little behind the receiver deal. And then, we had some injuries in the secondary, and so he was, he's weight trained, he's strong, he's athletic. So we moved him over to corner, and he's been great there. And then, the way Lyco, again, their defense, they're very physical. They want to beat you up, in the DBs and stuff. So we're like, in our empty package, Burke could be a great answer, for that. And so we plugged him into that, and we weren't sure how many plays it was going to be, from a double duty standpoint. But he made the most of his opportunities and found ways and relied on his veteran receiver instincts. Being a receiver most of his career to find seams and know when to settle down in the dead spot of the zone. And again, Tyler did a great job of finding them. And then he's got great speed and athleticism, made a guy miss and outran guys to the end zone, which was outstanding.
Jeff Knarr, Kings College head football coach here on the John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Jeff, Widener's next. I know you're only a day out from that huge win against Lycoming, 5 in a row. Widener's next, another big challenge for the Monarchs, and you guys have to do it on the road. But I'm sure the confidence is building everywhere, and hopefully you guys can get it done next week.
Yeah, again, that's the key. Our kids are not going to be lacking confidence. To make a trip down to Chester and play in a tough environment. They're very good at home. It's a neat atmosphere for them that they're able to seize the opportunity, and they play very well there. So our kids got to rise to that challenge. But I think they'll be up to it, focused on it, and a chance to get the 6th win, which would give them a winning season for the first time in a long time. And then it's going to be a good challenge as they got some weapons on both sides of the ball, and then it's just a matter of our kids staying focused and preparing the way they've been preparing, and then go down there and play as hard as they can for 60 minutes, and find a way to make some plays to come out on top.
60 minutes, that's what it's been about for the Kings College Monarchs this year on the football field, and they got 5 wins, and they're all in a row. And Coach Jeff Knarr, congratulations, best of luck. I know you got 2 huge games the next 2 weeks, so we wish you well the next couple of weeks here.
All right, thank you very much.